Yes, we're back with another episode with G Spank. And, a lot of people have been asking me, how long are you sentenced for? And, I didn't feel comfortable speaking on your behalf. So I was wondering if you can enlighten the people about your current plight and how long you have been sentenced for and a little bit of the details of your case, if you don't mind.
I was sentenced to 37 years with 85%, man, for a robbery with assault with a deadly weapon. I've been down 17 years so far. So how they do it is, being that the robbery was the primary charge, but being that a robbery only carries 2, 3, and 5, which means the lowest term is 2, the middle term is 3, and the upper term is 5, the assaults with a deadly weapon trump the robbery because that time range is 3, 6, and 9. So being that carries the majority of the time, now the robbery becomes secondary and the assaults with a deadly weapon become the primary charge. Now let me explain assault with a deadly weapon to you, because a lot of times for laymen that implies somebody was physically accosted, hurt, or something like that. In California, that's not the case. Just utilizing a weapon, the threat that comes with that weapon in the eyes of the law is enough to constitute assault. So I have the robbery in addition to 4 additional counts of assault with a deadly weapon. So the primary term is 12 years. I'm doing all enhancement time now. So basically I got 12 years for the 12 years for the assault with a deadly weapon, and I got 25 years worth of enhancements. So every assault with a deadly weapon came with an additional gun charge, and that came also with a 5-year prison prior. Now I got sentenced December 21st of '07. So now a lot of these things that I've been sentenced to are now up to the judge's discretion. The judge has the discretion now whether he wants to impose the gun allegation or whether he wants to impose the 5-year prison prior. But unfortunately, being that I got sentenced before these laws changed, they're not retroactive, so they don't apply to me. So somebody getting sentenced for the same thing I'm in here for right now will have action at all these different, the judge has discretion to utilize these things or choose not to. He didn't have that discretion. But the cold part about it is, even on the record at my sentencing, the judge said, your attorney doesn't feel as though what you're alleged to have done constitutes this much time. But unfortunately, my hands are bound by the sentencing guidelines, and I have to sentence you accordingly. So even the judge alluded in his language that he didn't agree with such an extensive sentence for what I was charged with. Now, let me reiterate, from day one, I've maintained my innocence. I had a crime me. My crime me was pleaded out to a 3-year deal, brother. 3 years. We are charged with the same crime, and they were so adamant about targeting me personally that they were willing to plead that youngster out to 3 years. And when I came into court for for superior court arraignment, I'm asking my attorney, damn, where Lil Bro at? They like, oh, they gave him a deal. He gone. Now, the deal I had access to was 21 years. Now, mind you, I had did 12 years already, bro, before this. 21 years ain't no deal to me. That's a lifetime, homie. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not finna sign no deal for no 21 years. But now hindsight being 2020, I've been down 17 now. That 21 years don't seem too bad.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, homie. My main thing is just trying to bring some awareness to the uniformity of sentencing. I mean, how can me and another person have the same charges, but this person be eligible for a 3-year deal, and I end up with 37 with 85? Basically relegating me to, senior citizenship. Let them tell it when I get up out of here. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we fighting it, man. You know what I mean? And I'm still in the courts. I've been bamboozled 2 different times. Let me say this. My trial attorney, y'all can look this up, Armand, Armon, Haddad, Haddad. This youngster, and he was a good brother. I'm not saying he was a foul dude, but he ended up committing suicide a year after I was found guilty. Coming to find out, he was battling a 10-year addiction to alcohol and depression, for which he was receiving counseling and prescription medication for a total of 10 years. So if he commits suicide a year after I hired him, that means I got him in the 9th year, which is arguably the height of his psychosis. Now, when we go into the things that he didn't do, bro, I had shoulder limb dreadlocks at the time. You got witnesses coming to preliminary talking about the dude was 18 to 19 years old. I was 29. You feel me?
Yeah.
I had shoulder length dreadlocks. They talk about they had close cropped hair, all these types of things. You know what I'm saying? So just the inadequate and what they call ineffective assistance of counsel, I believe more so facilitated my conviction as opposed to a true finding of guilt, bro. So had I had adequate representation, I mean, if you up under prescription medication, bro, you can't even operate cars.
True.
So how can you operate a defense to somebody's life when you're not even able to operate a vehicle up under this type? So how are you in the mind frame to be able to really calculate and perform or prepare a defense in somebody's life when up under the same medication, you're not even able to drive? You're impaired to that degree. You see what I'm saying?
No.
It's like, come on, man. But you know, the system is what it is, bro. You know?
Let me ask you this. Do you think there was a reason why they went so hard on the enhancements in your particular case? Do you know?
Absolutely, because I asked the DA, I asked my attorney. Now, mind you, when I caught this case, homie, I had been in jail. I went to jail February 26th of 1994. I didn't get out till July of 2005. So I catch this case the day after Christmas, 2005. So now in my mind, the DA is on me, a white lady named Sophia Roach. In fact, at first I had Hector Jimenez, which was a high-risk district attorney. But after preliminary, he wasn't on my case no more. They gave it to the lady, Sophia Roach. So she used to come into court, bro. You know me, I'm professional. You know, it's business. It's not a personal thing, you know, so I'm respectful of everything. But her disdain is just on her face, and Mr. League and so I asked my attorney, like, damn, bro, I've been gone from the street for 12 years. Why is this lady seem so adamant about, like, she just mad at me, bro? Like, I'm the worst. She tells my attorney, well, if he could do 12, this is from her prosecutorial perspective. Mind you, I'm innocent. I haven't been found guilty of nothing yet.
Yes.
If he can do 12 years in prison and get out, and within 5 months, not only is he reoffending, but now he's influencing youngsters to also reoffend, this dude needs to be off the street. That was her rationale of why she was so adamant about, you know, targeting me to such a degree, Mind you, I ain't been found guilty of nothing at the time. I'm still supposedly in the eyes of the law innocent. I'm just charged right now. But lady, you taking it as if you done already made up your mind. I'm guilty, and by all means, this has influenced your attitude and everything towards me. So it ain't really the law, bro. It's emotional responses and what she thinks in her mind as a personal person on my character. It don't have nothing to do with the law, because the law is cut and dry. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
now, when you add all this, well, if he could do this much time and do, oh, that's personal. What that got to do with the merits and the evidence of the case? Nothing. So now we have to take into consideration, damn, is this exacerbated sentence where the same crime was done by allegedly 4 people, only 2 are in custody? Is this crime so atrocious, but yet we could split it down the middle and put all the blame on Mr. League and get this youngster out the way with 3 years gone and get out the way? We really want him. That's what it seemed like to me. I ain't never, homie, I've been doing time and been around criminals for the majority of my life. I've never heard 2 people be crimees on a case and one person is given a deal and the other person ain't. Usually it's a package thing. Look, either both of y'all agree to this or I'm not giving you niggas nothing. Y'all going to trial.
Yeah.
But you know, when it's targeted, you know, they can manipulate it and do it how they want to, homie. And unfortunately, you know, I feel like that's what transpired in my case. You know what I mean? Because the evidence, homie, it doesn't substantiate it, homie. You know, they had a helicopter, bro. Now, this is the DA's theory, because I get caught an hour later over 3 football fields away, bro. Now, if you say this is a takeover robbery, this is the prosecution's theory. This is a takeover robbery on one of the busiest shopping days of the year, which is the day after Christmas. Police is on the scene immediately. Now, what they want you to believe is that I'm the leader. This is their whole argument for giving me so much time. I'm the leader. I'm the mastermind. I'm hoodied up, all the shit. Homie, I run the equivalent of 3 football fields, get away. I don't got no money or nothing, but I'm the leader. Homie, they find me over an hour later. The helicopter flies over this area and everything, bro, with the infrared. So you mean to tell me I'm hoodied up everything, I run, this is your theory, I run and get away, but my body heat ain't heated up enough to chip off the infrared? That's bullshit. It's only 2 things in that dynamic that could happen. 1, you got to come to court and tell all the taxpayers that they paying y'all for bullshit equipment that don't work. Or number 2, I wasn't there. How the fuck you could fly? My homie, how many times we done seen cops? A nigga get out and run, and he in the tree, the police don't see nothing, but his body temperature is heated up so much that that infrared detects him.
Yes.
How is that the case with me? You're claiming I did a takeover robbery, ran 3 football fields, G, all this, but yet when the helicopter flies over the area that in the prosecution's theory I was hiding in, it's undetected of any suspects, bro. Come on, homie.
True indeed.
That didn't come out in court either. Another aspect of ineffective assistance of counsel. My attorney didn't even call the helicopter people. You had a dude say that he witnessed the person when the hood fell off. The dude had close shoulder cropped hair. I had shoulder length dreadlock. My attorney didn't call this man to trial, and this is on the record at preliminary. So this is what I'm saying. Had this evidence been exposed to the jury, I know for sure that they would have possibly came with a more favorable outcome. But being that my representation was ineffective, because due to his psychosis, he was impaired. He wasn't of awareness to bring up these key factors and bring into the forefront the absolute fact of my innocence, bro. And here I sit 17 years later for a robbery, homie, which nobody was hurt or nothing. And the individual who was charged with me been out on the street 3, 4, 5 times since then.
Damn.
You know?